Hello everyone, I'm Gunajit Brahma, and today I'll be talking about how a startup or founders like us or entrepreneurs can leverage local large language models, specifically AI models, for startup success. We have been seeing a precedent amount of development in the AI segment, and most of us might have used one or the other AI models, whether it could be ChatGPT, Perplexity, or Claude AI, or any other DeepSeek or any other AI model. But the thing is that with all this AI model, the problem is that these are stored in a cloud server owned by the company or the corporates that are using it or that are providing the services. But as a user, suppose you are a startup and you want to just do some analysis or analytics which is case sensitive or in business sensitive, then we are left out with very few options. So here today I'll be talking about few of the examples of how we can use a local LLM or local AI chatbot in your laptop or desktop, which can also run without the internet connection. And these are these are local LLMs, so the data it does not get stored outside your system, and it's not given to the cloud or to other companies that might be looking at it. So what's the major benefit is that with the local LLM you get a customized solution based on the kind of need that you have, whether it could be developing a blog post or doing some analysis, data analysis, or getting a marketing research for market research strategy or service that you want to do. Local LLMs can do it very easily. What is the advantages of that is obviously enhances productivity by automating basically repetitive tasks. uh, Also, and it can help in increasing your interaction. If you can train your models in such a way that it works as a customer uh, representative or digital representative of a customer engagement, then you can help with customer retention and interaction. Also, as I mentioned, that data security is a primary goal for using a local LLM as compared to some other models. Again, the benefits are those that since it is a digitalized form which is hosted locally in your laptop or in your computer, the information is stored locally, as well as it can run without any internet connection, or you can switch off the internet to run your models. And how you can use that, these are like uh, support customer automations, services like instant responses and other. You have to train a model for that, and then you can do content generation. As I given you an example, you can do a blog post, marketing material, uh, digital content like images, generating images, generating videos and all. If you have a high model, you can use that for generating videos also. And then market and analysis, if you have some information or data set, you can give the data set for to the LLM to analyze and do prediction or modeling, financial modeling, etc. So I'll be showing you examples of two set of LLMs, one doing basic content generation and content analysis stuff, and the another is market analysis, and which is for mainly for financial estimation. How to do implementation step? I'll be showing you the complete video model how to do an implementation of LLM in your system. Anyway, this is just the thing is that we have to first identify what kind of model you want to use, what is the capability that your computer has, laptop or desktop, and based on that you can choose the right model. There are different models like Deepseek, Mistral, then you have Dolphin, then you have Gemma. etc. Based on your requirement, you can choose whichever. There are few which are good at content writing. There are few good at reasoning per se, mathematical modeling, etc. So based on your requirement, you can choose, or you can play around also. I'll show you how you can use the different models separately, and then you can refine the model, train the model yourself, or to come give the desired results. So these are few of the examples. AI models are constantly evolving. So this is just a small data sample that I'm showcasing you over here. I'll be talking or showing you all Ollama from Meta and then LM Studio from Google. One is the command line interface I'll be showing you. Another one is the application, which is or a desktop application or a software which sits on your on computer, and then how you can use it. There are other also which I'll be not talking much, but then you can explore whichever you find interesting. Okay, let's quickly go to the command line interface model. So the first one is Ollama Meta. So we have over here Ollama Meta. This is the website ollama.com. If you go there, you can um, download the app itself. And after downloading the app, I think I have already downloaded the app over here in my case. Yeah, I'll show you here. Ollama is already downloaded over here, and then I can run it. And then once I run it, I have few command prompt that I will show you. So let's say I already have it. So we'll just use, I'm using a Mac M1 2020 laptop with 8 GB RAM and 256 GB SSD. And I'm using this spotlight function to open Ollama. If you see over here, Ollama in the top screen, Ollama is active. So now I can do a terminal, and then you can use the command prompts. So there are a few command prompt examples. These are the one. I'll try to show you a bigger screen. Let me try to increase the font size. If I can increase, yeah, I can increase the font size. So Ollama list. So I already have installed Ollama. So if I have command prompt this, just copy and paste, then enter. So yeah, Ollama list is showing one Ollama, and the version that I have is Ollama Llama 3.2 model. So let's suppose you don't have any model, you can visit the website and search for the models inside the Ollama website. Let's say you want to check out Deepseek. So depending on your device and the kind of GPU or RAM you have, you can look for what model which suits you best. So let's if I go for DeepSeek, I can maximum in my 8 GB RAM M1 MacBook, I can maximum go for a 7 billion parameter model. But typically 1.5 should also do. So this is the 7 billion parameter model. So when I do search, then I have to copy paste the 7 billion over here. I can do copy paste. This is stretching out. Okay. Ideally for my system, I think 1.5 model should be enough, more than enough. So the command prompt would be llama pull. Since I don't have this DeepSeek version over here, I can do a pull and then I can download it. Download it over here, and when I press enter, the file will get downloaded. But then since I have Llama 3.2 already, so I will not do the pull command. I will just do a run command. Sorry. again, Llama 3.2. Just remember that you have to type in the exact name of the model, including the numbers. So once I do that, the model will start running. Take some time because system is a bit old. I can also do another codes. I'll just show you. I can, okay, here it has come. I can also do Ollama run Llama 3.2 and verbose. When I do verbose, when I put the command verbose, that means it will show you the parameters as well, that how much parameters, sorry, it will show you the token as well, how many tokens are being used or what time for each command. Okay, so let's go quickly do a buy and then /buy in the message command. This upper one is the old text that I have been doing, so I have saved it. Website showing like this. So let's do a buy. So we'll go back to the main segment. So this is command line format, and then most of the code that is run is through the command line itself. Okay, by the time we have Ollama stops, I'll tell you about the different kind of code. As I mentioned, the verbose code gives us the information about the tokens, how many tokens have been generated or used. Okay, quickly. So it's talking about the old text that I did. I should do a exit. Okay, now it has come up. Let's do this. Let's run Ollama. Let's run Llama 3.2 again, but with verbose. Okay, so since it was there, so it has come up quickly. So now the basic prompt what everybody does, it's a standard format now. How many eyes are there in strawberry? So that's a question prompt that we'll do, and we have the verbose command. So we will also the answer is wrong, but yeah, but you can see that the total token wise and the parameters they calculated. So since this Llama 3.2 3 billion parameter is the old module that I have, I can do like show info, then it will show me how many parameters. So that's why we got the wrong uh, strawberries. How many strawberries? There are three R's in the strawberry, right? STRA. So that where the confusion lies. Anyways, I'll show you how many parameters. See here, if you see the model and etc. The architecture is Llama and the parameters is 3.2 billion parameters, and it is quantized for Q4. But then the capabilities are limited, and it's an old model. It's like about 9 months old model, so that's why it has such kind of low latency and low information. Anyways, so let's quickly do a small analytical task I'll give. So the analytical task would be command for Ollama summarize this document in 200 words. What the file? The file name is this dawn of a new day text. I'll quickly show you this. This is the text dawn of a new day. It's a lot of 300 400 page a short story that I have written long back, and I'm telling Llama LLM to summarize this in 200 words. I can reduce this to 100 word also, so let's try it at 100 words so that it becomes easier. Untitled images. So once I had hit enter, it will uh, identify this file and do the analysis. Okay, there is another option that I just copy paste the text itself over here down from video and then we're asking to analyze. Summarize this and analyze. Okay, sorry. So now it has started analyzing the text, which is a mythological short story. You see here it is analyzing. Takes about some time. But, okay, so now it is start analyzing and summarizing the text. Okay, so saying that it's talking about the summarization of the text, that it's a sci-fi short story and all. And then here you can see the tokenization and how many tokens have been created. Okay, that's it for this update. Done. So we'll close Ollama now and we'll close this also. We'll close the Ollama function over here and then we'll start another uh, thing. So as I mentioned, we can use any of the other LLMs that we want to do with the models. So if you see the presentation, I have shared that there are applications also like LLM Studio by Google, which can be used as an application, which is much more easier. So what we do is that we go to lmstudio.ai, download the LM Studio. Since I am running Mac M1 Silicon chip, so they have suggested me to download this. I have already downloaded it here. Downloaded it here and also this is already installed, so I need to install it again. I'll just do an LM spotlight search of LM Studio. So there it is. Now it will start running. So this is more of a user interface, so a little bit on a um, heavier solution software. So once you have this downloaded, you can open it. Then you can go for a model catalog over here. Model catalog, you can search for the kind of models that you want to use. Okay. So there are two different format of models. One is GGUF and the another one is MLX. GGUF is mostly GPT based format, uh, which I think the full form is called. Just a second, the full form called. I think it is GPT. This is a GPT. GPT based contribution. This is the full form. What is search it here itself. Whatever GG full form. Okay, GPT generated 85 format. Very easy. Okay, what I was talking about, yeah, there are two models. One is GGUF, and specifically for silicon chips, for silicon chips, we have MLX, which is a model, format of a model which runs good in silicon chips. Otherwise, GGUF is also fine. This is for lambda.ccp models, and GGUF has quantization. Quantizations are data which are compressed, the models which are compressed or quantized, and then it can be used in normal consumer hardware. Otherwise, we have to use a very heavy supercomputer or a very high GPU based hardware to do that, use the models. So here, when we go, sorry, okay, when we go to the LM Studio, so there are things that we can look into. So I already have few models downloaded from here. Otherwise, you can also go there here and download yourself. So just I'll show you quickly. Okay, I'll show you about the hardware that I am on. As I mentioned, I'm in Apple M1 model with 8 GB of RAM, and then VRAM is up to 5.34. And then the runtime, this LM Studio MLX, as I mentioned, specifically silicon, Apple Silicon, you can download. I have not used it, but then typically this Apple Metal is more than capable enough for to running this Llama CCP engines. So LMCD and LS is downloaded. Meanwhile, we do a model search. As I mentioned, you can use any of the models here. But again, with LM Studio, it is easy to identify whether the model that you have selected will run or not. So this is a 12.4 GB and 20 around 24 billion parameter model. So it is too large for my laptop. So it will not run over here. But then I can download this new Deepseek R1 model with 8 billion parameters. So for my laptop, up to 8 billion is possible, but 8 billion is a stretch. Ideally, small models like 6 billion, 4 billion, it's over here. This is Quen 4 billion parameter. So 4 billion I can easily use because the total file size is 2.28, and then with my GPU capability, it can run very well. Again, lower than 4 is also good. 8 billion is a stretch, but then if you see over here, they will say the partial GPU upload possible. So it is possible to run that, but then it becomes slower. And if I have a background application running, then it stops completely. So up to 4 billion, this is also, I have already downloaded this Gemma 4 billion, Google's Gemma. So over here, if you see fully GPU upload possible. The models that I have with me, think, I'll show you this. Okay. So I have these three models right now with me, Deepseek 8 billion, uh, Gamma 4 billion, and Mistral 7 billion. So these two are a stretch. DeepSeek and Mistral are a stretch because the parameters are very high, 7 and 8 billion respectively. Of a difficult or a stretch to run a model. But then Gamma 3, 4 billion model is good enough. So I'll show you some examples. Once you download it, then you can use to run it. So, so it is getting loaded. If you see, this takes time even for running a 4 billion parameter model. So now the module has started. I can do two things now. If I'm running it as a private from a private business, and I want to keep this model, tell this model to run specifically, so I can use a system prompt over here, and then I can define what this gamma 3 model what to do. Let's say act as a CEO, CFO, while analyzing analyzing financial data. Okay, and When I confirm it will always analyze financial data and act as a CFO for this. So I think I've done the prompt. Okay, now I can do something and suggest, tell them what to do, what to get. So okay, let's try show you something. So here I have a financial dummy financials, which is nothing but some data of uh, sales since 2024 financial year up to 2025 financial year till yesterday's data, about 180 data, and these are the list of clients, and then the potential revenue that has been generated from here. I can put it okay. So this is in XLS file, but then to make the system understand it, I have to change it to a CSV file. So we'll do that here, text CSV file, and then dummy financials are already there, so it will just replace the dummy financials. Sure. Okay, so we'll put the Unicode PTF8. This is saved, close. So now I have the dummy financial file. We'll use LM Studio. I'll throw this over here, and then I'll use a text prompt. I'll use this text prompt. So what it will say, analyze the financial data for the financial year 2023, 24, and 25. Give an estimate give an estimate financial growth for the financial year 2025, and also suggest which clients have high revenue growth potential and which client needs support to improve the revenue growth. So I'll show you in Gamma, and later on I'll show you in Deepseek how it works. So okay, so let's start with Gamma. Meanwhile, I'll just close all this system file. Otherwise, they hog a lot of resources. So this is done. Okay, now I'll just quickly open activity monitor. Yeah, so if you see, the memory is running at 6 without any analysis. Since the LM Studio is running, so that's why my memory bandwidth is around 6, already 7 GB. So let's start and run the model. So I'll just do parallelly. So it has 1 GB consumption of memory has increased from 6.4 to 7.23 like that. And there are some cache memory file as well, about 700 MB. The prompt processing is happening at around 28% now. Remember that it's a 3 billion parameter model. Sorry, 4 billion parameter model. So it should work a little bit faster. Okay. Now it is started giving me the analysis. As I mentioned, we told them to activate CFO. So here is the prompt. Let's see what data does this give. Okay. So as per the analysis, here it has identified few of my clients like PAPL and others. I quickly do this open also. Now the resource utilization very high, around almost 30. So if you see over here, I have just given some observation of my client name. So the model is running and searching for these client names. So this here, okay, let me get completed and then I'll show you. Okay. So based on the data, it has identified few things like one of the client. Sorry. So one of the clients TAPL. So they have their consistent revenue stream is there based on each financial year. Then another client that's the growth of revenue. Q Wealth, one of the other client. Although their total revenue size is small, but then the consistency of order is high for them, for the client Q Wealth. And then PSSE is a older client, which revenue has been declining. 2023 and 24 is considered, but overall it's a high revenue in and then we suggested and the model suggested what all client needs some discussion. If you see over here, NE. So NE is a new client, I think. It's a very new client. Has just started our first business, and then earlier it's a sector order they have given this year itself, or this month itself, for this two amount approximately. So if you could see the revenue growth potential within 1 quarter, not even one full quarter, 2.5 months is there. So that's why the potential of growth is there for this particular client. That's what is suggested. And then which client requires support, like based on these are the previous clients who needs support and handling, and then we can work with them to increase our revenue. And then they have suggested a few other things about how you can engage with the client. Okay. So this is one Gemma 3 model or analysis. We can also do a Deepseek model for that, but then it will take more time. So we'll run Deepseek. We'll just eject Gemma 3 or Gemma 4, and then we'll do a Deepseek. So let the Deepseek load. Okay, it has loaded. So now we can do an analysis of the system prompt. I'll cancel the system prompt because it is done. We will start this. If you remember this particular model, with this model we can do financial estimation, market analysis, prediction, as well as some insight. And with this DeepSeek, I'll just show you what new thing we want to do. If you remember this text that I have created, Dawn of a New Day, the search story. So we'll upload the search story in this model and ask this model to summarize. Again, we'll use this summarize the document in 100 words. So it's a very small request, and input token is 11 count. Let's see how much it takes for an output token. So it's doing processing the prompt. It's a I do a 600-700 long story. Again, looking at the monitoring processing is almost complete memory use, almost 8 GB is being used. So now it is thinking. The good thing about it, or DeepSeek, is that the way it reads and thinks. So this is why deep think is deep thinking, you know. So that's something I've seen in this model only. I have not seen other models like uh, Mistral. Mistral I've used for creative writing trials and all other. But then I like the thought process of the thing. If you get time to read all this, it's reading the story that I have told them and then analyzing the story and now it will sorry, it will give its output. So yeah, since the story is about sci-fi as well as mythology connected, so it will analyze that the narrative is parallel to parallel between a mythological story as well as future sci-fi. So see how it does. Let it complete the thinking process. Will not disturb it. So similarly, you can do other prompt like create a marketing campaign for XYZ. Okay, so it took 1 minute 33 seconds to think, and then now it will give a 100 word analysis. Meanwhile, we'll see how much energy has been consumed. Okay, full, almost full. 8 GB. Since it's a 8 billion parameter model, so the process is a little bit slow in my system because of my limitation. If you see over here, 90% of RAM is being used. Yeah, done. So if you see the token output is very slow, about 3 tokens per second. And if you remember, we did a 11 token input and we generated a 418 token output. And then this is the 100 word, approximately 100 word analysis. So yeah, so dear friends, this is how we can start or do an model identification of the LLM, use LLM in local, and then subsequently use it to do whatever analysis you want to do. The good thing is that it can run in offline, it is secure, and here we can do uncensored versions also, uh, and then it does not have any problem solving those uncensored things. And the thing advantage is that whatever uh, models you run or whatever query you generate will be in the local system only, and it will not be stored in the cloud of the uh, you know the LLM provider. Another thing that I have come across, but I have not used it per se, is that we can download these models. I'll just quickly reject it. We can download these models in external drive, preferably a NVMe or a superfast SSD drive, and then run those models directly from those systems. If you see in my case right now, uh, somewhere it is there in hardware, I think, not in hardware. I wanted to show you something. Uh, was it in appearance? No, no. I think it was somewhere in here. The total amount. Okay, this way. No, not there. Anyways, so what I was saying is that oh yeah, it is showing. It is here. What I wanted to show you that I have three LLMs over here: Deepseek, Google's Gemma, and then Mistral, and then I have two text embedding LLMs. So all total five. So these five are taking about 12.36 GB of disk space, and in Mac, Mac mostly the new model we have only 256 GB of disk space in the entry level laptops. So 12.6 12.4 GB is quite high. That's why if you have a external hard disk or external SSD or a NVMe SSD, you can download these models in those devices and run the Studio, LM Studio, or any other application in your system. That way you save on the data over there. But then, yeah, if you have a higher space uh, device, like say a Windows laptop, which has 1 TB, 2 TB, or 4 TB storage, then you can use it directly from your system. So, okay. So that's about it, friends, from my end. This is this is my contact detail, hello@gunajit.com. And if you need or feel like that this video was useful to you, then please hit a like and also subscribe to my channel so that I can create more such content which could be useful for startups and entrepreneurs as well as founders which are developing or building something on their own. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.